Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the world of Menedegia. This is Power Word Quest bi-weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition live stream. My name is Alex, and I'll be your dungeon master this evening.
I'm Chloe. I'm playing Aoife Brannan, the Hexblood Blood Hunter / Paladin. Should really add that in the description.
I'm Elliot, and I'll be playing Kalvis, the Eladrin Paladin.
I'm sorry. I'm so used to there being so much more talking before I have to talk again.
Same.
Thanks for tuning in tonight. It's the first time you joined us. Welcome. We are Power Word Quest. We stream live on Twitch from roughly 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. UK time every Wednesday. And you can find us at twitch.tv/PowerWordQuest.
We also upload our episodes on YouTube. They're shortly uploaded after the weekly episode, and you can find us at youtube.com/PowerWordQuest.
If you prefer podcasts, you can find us on your favorite podcasting platforms, Spotify and Google Play.
Alright, now that introductions are complete, just a quick disclaimer for this week's episode. If you're watching the VOD or joining us on Twitch, you've probably noticed that we're down a couple members this week. We are missing Robyn and Lukas, who are both just previously engaged this week and couldn't make it. So this is going to be episode 13.5. where we're going to take a bit of a break from the main storyline of the Aftermath and delve into a bit of backstory stuff. If you could remember a couple sessions ago, Aoife started looking into maybe being able to get into contact with her dead grandmother, and that's what we're going to get into tonight. So, without further ado, there's only two of you, but could I have you both roll a d20 for me to see who has to do the recap?
Oh fuck, I forgot.
Okay. Right, let's do
Where
this.
are my dice? God damn it. Where are they?
Oh god. That's a 7.
7.
Oh, we both rolled a 7!
Right.
Should we reroll?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
do,
we'll
just do a
reroll.
reroll.
7.
That's an 8.
Ha! It's you!
Oh,
It's you!
oh no.
Oh no!
Oh my god, but last time was a downtime session. I feel like we did a lot and nothing at the same time.
Yeah.
So we were all pretty fucked up after a big battle in at the masquerade ball.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the king died. Kinda. There was like a massive monster like trying to eat corpses. Kaitrus told us not to worry about that. Of course we're worrying about that, but you know, we're gonna let that put aside for a while. Basically we're all taking a chill now. Like, I know that Orin is gonna stay with the current queen, because I assume she's queen now. Calvert had a really angry talk with Kalvis, because he was like, why the fuck are you trusting Kaitrus? And Kalvis is, I don't know, I'm just going with the flow. And Calvert didn't agree with that.
I do have to point out, is so funny considering that's like Kaitrus is like that's Calvis's queen. That's like, you know,
Yeah.
and Kalvis has known the party for a handful of months. You know.
Yeah. What else happened? Please remind me of what Aoife and Mae were up to.
Aoife and Mae had a talk about Kevin. Long may he rest. Rip, press F in the chat for Kevin. And Aoife was talking about how similar it felt when Kevin was lashing out because he was possessed, if you haven't remembered. How similar that was to her grandmother lashing out when she was alive because of her Aoife doesn't know what the condition is, but it's implied to be some sort of dementia or something. But of course, Aoife, growing up in the woods, doesn't know what that word means. She'd be like, what? Dice thingy? Like, she wouldn't know. And then her and Kalvis had a wee talk for a bit. And Aoife got to babysit Parsla. Parsla wanted all the food, and Aoife was like, no, you can't have chocolate, you'll die.
Yeah, exactly. So what happened with Calvert in the meantime, after that little talk that they had, is that Kytris came along. And then Kytris and Calvert kind of had a good talk, actually. Of course, Calvert is still very suspicious of her, but Kytris gave him a necklace. Basically, I think they can communicate through that, which is probably giving Calvert a sense of more security. Still not any security, but a bit smidge. Then Kytris visited Kalvis again after she left Orin and Kalvis alone for the night. They had a good talk. Kalvis is feeling a little bit better now. He can sleep well tonight. And now we were heading to the Queen.
Feywild.
The Queen, I think.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, it was. I think that's where we ended off.
Yeah.
Sorry for this.
No, you're good. Yeah, you were
It's
gonna
been a few
chat
weeks.
with the Queen a bit more. Just to recap, she's kind of setting up a warpath plan that's gonna take some time to get up and moving. So Aoife, and Kalvis, will say you two are kind of like the first ones up and about that day. You're maybe making your way to get some breakfast or something of the like. Aoife, you catch, at first just out of the corner of your eye, something sort of floating through the air towards you. It appears to be just like a little sailboat made of leaves that's floating through the air. It comes to you and unfurls into basically this scroll before you that reads, I suppose how are we getting with Aoife's reading ability?
I mean, Calvert was helping her before, so I would say she's got primary school level reading.
Gotcha.
If you want to send me what it is, I can do it and how Aoife would understand
for
it.
For the sake of making things a little bit easier, we'll say the letter reads itself aloud in Lananchi's voice. You recognize. Aoife, I hope this finds you well. I've managed to put together the necessary ingredients to work through the summoning ritual we discussed previously. A little like quill poofs out of the air next to you. It's like, at the bottom of this message, you'll find a place for you to mark if you are ready to make through with the ritual. And you can also write the name of anyone you'd like to take with you. It shouldn't take long at all, and hopefully I can get you back to whatever you're dealing with before you'll be missed.
Hey Kalvis, did you see that flying leaf?
Yeah, it's like still in front of you. Kalvis would have been able to see and hear all of this.
I was about to say, he was squatting next to you, reading along, and when he got to that bit of writing down a name, like takes his sunglasses and looks you in the eyes, like, bitch, you better come along.
Okay, well, I guess we're going. Are you cool with that? With coming?
I'm perfectly fine with coming along. Where should we agreed to meet here? Do they know that we're gonna be gone?
I mean,
we should probably leave a note.
I mean, the voice, the Lananchi voice said that we would be back before we'd be missed. So.
Oh, fair. because
Okay.
time. Yeah. All right. Sounds decent.
Gotcha, yeah, you
Sure.
you write in Calvis's name and you just like the yes, you're ready, and then like the scroll unrolls a little bit more and there's just like a are you sure?
Yeah.
And as
Calvis
you
straps in Parsla a bit tighter against his chest.
as you check yes that you're just sure, the quill poofs out of your hand, the scroll wraps itself up, and the world twists and bends around both of you in a sensation similar to vertigo. And you suddenly find yourself standing in the main floor of the Verdant Vale. It is evening here, it seems, which is odd, considering it was just morning where you left from. And Vass is here, and as you look around and catch your bearings, you see Lananshi and her little entourage of her coven sat at their usual seats in the tavern.
I think
Alright.
Aoife would like do a little wave hello to Vass before going over to Lananshi and
He
the
waves
Hexblood table.
back and goes back to he's kind of like cleaning up for the day.
How many arms does he wave with? All four, just like.
He waves with like two on one side, and the other two are like busy with something else.
Oh.
How tall is he today?
Taller than Calvis, as always.
What does that mean? How tall?
Vass is
11
like,
foot.
on average, he's like at least 7 feet tall.
Oh,
not,
nice.
not counting the antlers.
Uh-huh.
On
'Cause,
average.
Well, it's the like.
Which means it could
it's
be
the,
smaller.
Like, it's hard to tell how tall he is because it's like the place he stands behind the bar is sunken, so he, you know.
Yeah.
I think Elliot's frozen.
Mm-hmm. Let me just print screen that for a laugh. This is what we do, by the way, when one of us is frozen. This is, we all know it, we're all cool about it. It's chill, it's cool.
Oh, there you are. Welcome back.
He froze.
Can you hear us? Oh, we might be frozen for them. Whoa. We love technical difficulties.
Yeah. This is the issue when you're playing with people online, guys.
Yeah, this
The
is
true perils of
this is-
D&D.
This is the issue when you have 3 people in 3 different countries across 2 continents. Oh, swap it to the phone?
Oh, we're on the phone.
The phone's coming out. How do I switch the camera around? There you go. That's my screen.
You are sideways.
God damn it. Fucking hell. Now,
There we
okay,
go.
so.
That'll work.
Alright.
Where were we?
You're very small in the little square on the stream.
Yeah, that's alright. So yeah, you make your way.
It's just like real life. I'm joking.
So you all, you make your way. Oh, there we go. That's like perfect.
There we go. Yeah, yeah.
So you make your way over to Lananshi. She's sipping on a glass of what appears to be red wine. She just kind of waves at you as you make your way over.
We got your leaf.
Yes, that got to you quicker than I thought it would. We were just finishing up our evening meal. Are you ready to go? Do you need a bite to eat first? I'm sure Vass wouldn't mind putting something together for you, would you, Vass?
Honestly, I'm very curious now how fast it usually takes for it to send. Like, doesn't it tell
Well,
you?
you
Yeah.
know, it really just depends on how long it takes. Some places are harder to reach with magic than others.
Fair. Yeah, so, sorry, what is Vas making?
Oh, I don't know if you all had eaten yet. Before we get started, you might want to, if you haven't.
Started with what, exactly?
Well, I believe we were going to arrange for Aoife to speak with her deceased grandmother.
Or, like a spiritual reading, I've heard of that.
Sure.
Like that.
Yes, just like that.
Alright, lovely.
I mean, I wouldn't mind food, but it was breakfast. It was morning where we were before. Yeah,
I'll take
mind.
anything you got.
Yeah, same.
Vass, would you be a dear and whip up some breakfast for your friends here? And Vass just like poof, his little like flat top grill appears on the bar, and he starts
God.
whipping up,
It's
like
fast
pancakes
cooking.
and bacon. Yeah, and his little chef hat and apron appears on him. And yeah, he cooks up a breakfast for y'all. You are able to eat your fill. During this time, the rest of Lanachi's little group excuse themselves as they have business to see to, and won't be necessary to enact the ritual. Yeah, they all like.
If you like, give them a little wave bye.
Yeah, you get like a oh bye Aoife, good to see you. You have to come visit the coven sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. We'll make time for it.
Yes, well, I don't think I've ever had a new child come into the fold without ever visiting home. At least not taking this long to. But when you have the time, child. Now, if you'll both come sit with me, we can begin.
Alright.
Now, you have the object I asked for. Good, yes, and she takes it from you and lays it on the table. Now, if you would both just rest your hands atop the object, and we can begin. Now, the room grows dark, and you can feel like static electricity, this wash of power that fills the room. Now, Aoife, I need you to stay very focused on your grandmother. Try to picture her in your mind's eye. And
Yeah, she does that.
Close your eyes and take a deep breath. And you hear and feel a rush of wind around you. And when you open your eyes, you are no longer in the tavern. You find yourself in a forest, not unlike the one you grew up in, Aoife. And you stand now in the forest, a faint glow keeping it alight in the twilight era. Kalvis, you were there with her, though Lanachi seems to not have joined you. And you recognize this place, after a moment of getting your bearings, Aoife, as being the same part of the woods where Granny's cabin was, though the cabin does not seem to be anywhere in sight.
So we know where we are.
I mean, yeah, the cabin should be there, but it's not there. I mean, not even the the cinders of what it was. Really weird.
As you
know how time works
think,
here, but maybe
a
we're
glow from the forest emerges from the trees and approaches you. And this small orb of light floating through the forest approaches you. It reminds you almost of how Undir appears, though seeming to be made more of pure energy, unlike the crystalline form that Undir's sprite takes. And a voice echoes through the forest to you, Aoife, calling your name in a voice you recognize.
Gran?
Aoife? Is that you?
Yeah.
What? What's going on?
Honestly, I'm not really sure myself.
Why aren't we at the cabin? Where is the cabin? Where's it gone?
Well, there's no nice way to say this, I suppose, but, oh. But
What?
I think you might. Gran, I think you died 3 months ago. Or more than 3 months ago. A couple of months ago. I don't know. A while ago.
But then who's looking after you?
Oh, I made friends. Isn't that great? I made some friends. This is Kalvis. And we have other friends back at our wee place. And they've been looking after me and making sure that I'm okay, and I've been making sure they're okay. And we fought these Ingonite soldiers, and it was really cool. And we saved some refugees, and I went on a boat for the first time ever, and it was really cool.
You a boat? You didn't leave the forest, did you?
Well, yeah, we have to. There were soldiers everywhere, Granny. I mean, I could only
No.
take on so many.
No, you should have been safe in the forest. They shouldn't have been able to get.
Okay. It's just the woods.
Where are you now?
Well, we were in a friend's tavern. But we were in Calvis. What was the dwarfy place called again?
I don't think we can hear
Kalvis
you.
says the
There
name.
you go.
Voldrum. What was it?
Vordam.
Vordum. Close. Close.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never heard of such a place. You promise you're safe.
I mean, Granny, nowhere's safe anymore. It's not been safe for a long time. But we're safe as we can be, I suppose. And she kind of gives Kalvis a nudge, like, back me up here, I'm gonna get in trouble.
We'll make sure she's safe. We're gonna try our very, very best. But she likes a bit of adventure, so sometimes it's out of my hands, really. Sometimes she just disappears. Just kidding, that doesn't happen. That doesn't really
air
happen. That
begins
doesn't
to
ever
grow
happen.
Hot and is filled with the scent of smoke as this wisp of energy glows brighter and comes closer to you. Who's looking after my woods, Aoife, if you're gone?
We were gonna die. We had to go.
She had no other choice.
I was able to get some of the soldiers, but I couldn't get all of them. They were too strong.
And the cabin?
Cabin's gone, Granny. Everything's gone. I still have the book. Your recipe book that's not a recipe book. I kind of panicked when I was leaving. I'm sorry.
You
Please don't
do
be mad.
not prioritize a couple of trees over your own granddaughter, are you?
The air grows ever
Sorry.
hotter around you.
I'm so sorry.
Calvis,
I'm so sorry.
as the orb drifts closer to you. Who are you to lecture me on what is most important?
I simply asked you a question.
Only be nice. He's a friend. Please don't be mad.
Oh, Aoife, I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
I knew you were gonna do that. Fuck you, Alex. Aoife speaks to God for a second. I could not break character there. I'm sorry.
I can't believe you'd endanger yourself like that.
What do you mean?
Taking up the company of strangers? What did I teach you about strangers?
They're nice. They won't hurt me. They know about the Wolfie stuff, and they're really supportive, and they make sure I'm okay.
It's a bit forward,
Aoife,
so he's a
just
bit more in front of Aoife than before.
Just because they haven't hurt you yet doesn't mean they won't. And when they will, I won't be there to protect you.
But no one will be there to protect me if I don't make any friends. If I'm alone forever. And it sucked living in the woods. It was great for a while, but
The woods is
I mean-
where you belong. The woods is what they tried to take from you. You're
It's not-
alone
already been
because of
taken.
what the strangers did.
it's not fair. I didn't know anything about being a person, about doing anything. I didn't even know how to read. I didn't even know that it's not normal to be covered in blood all the time, or whatever. And when I escaped the woods, because I had to, because there was these big men with angry men with swords who were going to cut me down anyway, regardless of whether I was a little girl or a little wolf. I got treated like a freak in that refugee camp for months.
You don't have
Should've
many
never
chances
let
to
those
talk.
strangers into my woods.
You
Oh,
don't
what
have
have they
many
done
chances
to
to
you?
talk to your. Sorry, my apologies.
Speak, tall one. Say your piece.
You won't get a lot of chances to talk to your granddaughter. This probably only chance you take to lecture her instead of saying some important last words.
I did what I could by taking you in and trying to protect you and trying to make the woods yours again.
You mean,
Seems I
what do you mean
failed.
again?
Aoife, the cities and towns of people is not where you belong. The woods are your domain. The woods are where you
Why?
came to me from.
Why? How? What happened? For years, you've been a shell of yourself, and I came looking for answers about potentially maybe there's other family out there that I don't know about, and this isn't fair, Gran.
This is your only chance to speak to her again. Use it.
Ask of me what you will, granddaughter. It seems there is much I failed as my mind failed me in my last years.
Try to eat me. Wasn't just once or twice or 3 times, and I mean, as I asked the people of Undir if there was anyone like us out there, and they've been gone for a while. What happened? I can't go on not knowing anything for any longer. Do you realize how unfair that is?
Once, the woods we called home was full of ones like you. They were the only ones that understood me when my own people chased me away.
Chased you away for
But
what?
those people, for part of my nature that I couldn't help, couldn't control. And what those people eventually followed, they hunted those that understood me until you were the only one left, Aoife. The child of
Just-
my dearest friends.
You're not even my grandma?
Grandmother's just a word. In a way, I was like a parent to your parents. And when your parents tried to protect their home, they left you in my care. And they never came back.
Names?
What? I didn't hear you. Sorry, what did you say?
Oh. What were their names?
Elora,
Riding alone.
Mm-hmm.
Randomnamegenerator.com.
The other name. No, I came up with these names already. Oh, there we go. You ready? You got your notes ready?
It's a long name, isn't it?
No,
It's
I
not gonna
know,
be
but I have it-
Hank.
I have it written down.
It
I
is
have to
Hank?
remember. I have to remember how I decided it's pronounced your
Oh,
name.
okay.
Oh no, it's one of those names.
You can just say Hank. It's fine.
No, his
Bob.
name isn't Hank. Reshlin.
Do you spell that?
RESCHLIN.
And I'm assuming the last name's Brannon, or is that Granny's second name? Do they not have last names?
They wouldn't have had last names.
No, okay.
The last name would have been Granny's.
Would have been what? Granny's? Oh yeah,
Bran-
right,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Are they still alive? Or why didn't you tell me?
Because I didn't know how, Aoife. You were so small. And I don't think you even remember them.
Remember a lot of things anymore. I don't even remember what happened after you died. I just remember turning up at the camp. I would have remembered you telling me. You should have told me.
I didn't know how, child. I was hurting from their loss, too. These were the only people that didn't treat me like a monster.
So, okay, so I had parents. They gave me to you. They left. And they didn't come back. And then you got sick. And then I looked after you. And then you died, and then I ended up at camp. It doesn't make... What am I supposed to do now, Gran?
I don't know.
None of this makes sense.
I'd heard once from some other people that they had come from other woods before coming to the north, but I don't know if there's any of their people still there.
Where?
Somewhere to the south. I do not know the name of the place. I was too young to know much about the world when I was driven from my home.
Oh, so if you're not a shifter, then what are you?
I am in some ways just the same as you, in other ways the opposite.
I don't get it, Granny. You're gonna have to speak plainly. I don't understand these things
If
sometimes.
I must speak plainly,
Yeah, you have to
I-
speak plainly.
The music doesn't help.
let's make the music a bit more.
It's so
Yeah, like-
goofy.
Hold on, let's spice this up a little bit.
Hey kids, your whole life is a lie.
It adds to the comedy bit.
Getting back into character.
Yeah.
I am a person that, not always to my control, turns into what other people would call a monstrous wolf. You and your parents are the opposite.
So werewolves that turn into people?
In the simplest way to explain it, yes.
Oh my god. Calvis, I'm not a person!
God.
What the
No, we're gonna
fuck?
say that. Alright, well, we got a pet now. Just kidding.
Yeah, you better be, I'm gonna fucking kick you in the shins.
I was born amongst people and was raised amongst people until the first time I went through my transformation, and then they drove me out. You were born amongst your people who walk both as people and as wolves freely, but they do not live amongst other people. They were driven away long, long before any of us lived.
Can I have a hug?
Elvis is going in because it's taking too long. It's
I-
taking 5 seconds too long.
I don't have a body, Aoife.
You're a globe. You can lean against her. You're a little glowing ball, and he pushes kind of her.
Why don't I have a body? I should. I know I'm dead, but I should have a body still. What happened to my body, Aoife? Did you bury me?
I don't remember. Shit. I don't Gran. Aoife genuinely doesn't remember.
What happened
She's
to...
blocked it out of her memory.
What happened to my house?
It burned down.
Did you burn my body with my house?
Can I set the house on fire? They came in and then they set the house on fire and then I left.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
I was waiting for you to do that. I was like, Aoife doesn't remember shit. This is gonna be hard. Right, hold up. Let me get the ambient lighting ready. There we go. Oh, that's an 8. She's fucked. There we go. Got the
Aoife,
Aoife's in
your
trouble lighting.
mind is suddenly sent back to the moment when you realized Granny had passed. I had the panic and fear and sorrow and in your panic, not knowing what to do or who to turn to, you lost yourself, and you remember in your panic the insatiable hunger taking control. And those memories come flooding back.
Didn't mean to.
Didn't mean to what?
I'm hungry. And it wouldn't stop. didn't stop. I had to make it stop. I think Aoife just has a fucking panic attack, if I'm being honest.
Like,
There's like,
still
yeah.
present. Is Aoife still here? All right. Now Calvis pulls her into a hug. All right, it's gonna be all right.
It begins to grow hotter and hotter in the forest. And the forest begins to come alight with flames you see flickering in the distance that rapidly approach the clearing you stand in. And Calvis, what are you doing?
Do I also see this, or is this
Yes,
just an
no,
Aoife's
you
thing?
see this. This
Oh
is
shit!
happening.
It's
This
on
is
fire.
happening.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck. We probably Aoife, and he's sending some cold into her because I assume she's like physically heating
She's-
up. So
She is burning hot as you
Okay.
touch her.
okay, I try to like cool her down with like it starts snowing above her.
Make a. Ooh. Let's see. Let's make a survival check for me.
Oh god! All right.
As Calvis is
survival.
doing this, he can just hear Aoife saying that she didn't mean to and that she's sorry and that she couldn't control it. And she was just so hungry.
It's 20.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to create like a little snow flurry that happens around you all. And as the flames come closer and closer, there is a piercing scream that erupts from Granny's spirit as the flames engulf around. And you
Calvis.
suddenly find yourselves back in the Verdant Vale, just as the flames were about to wash over you.
Calvis
Oh,
kneels
fuck.
down in front of Aoife and like grabs her face instantly and says, "Look at me, Aoife. Can you look at me?"
Aoife's just, the lights are on, no one's home.
Aoife, can you look at me? All right, we're back. You're safe.
I didn't mean to.
Of course you didn't mean to.
I
No one's
was-
blaming you.
I
No
was
one's
really
blaming you.
hungry and I couldn't control it. And I think I'm gonna throw up.
You can
Aoife
definitely
just throws up.
throw up. Okay, all right. Calvis just grabs her head a bit to get it out of the way. All right, nobody is blaming you. Honestly, it's a natural instinct. All right.
Oh dear, you hear Lenanchi's voice call up. Vass, can we get a hand over here, please? And Vass emerges. He comes around from behind the bar. He's got like a bucket and a mop
Oh,
in one set of
bless.
hands, and he's got
Oh,
like
bless
he's
his
got
wee
like a
heart.
big, and he's got like a big like mug of just water and some bread that he brings over and hands to Aoife. And he starts to clean up.
Sorry.
Calvis, what's your passive perception?
No. My passive perception is 13.
You'd barely. I'd say Aoife's too distraught to really be aware of what's going on right now, but you catch a glimpse as Lenanchi gets up and pulls away from the book before she can like conceal her hands and like the folds of her dress and whatnot. Her hands are burned, like very seriously burned.
Nanchi, what happened to your hands?
It seems that the spirit of Aoife's grandmother is not fully at rest. And I had not anticipated that.
We got that idea as well. By the way, Kalvis' usual coat, his thick fur coat, he puts around Aoife. That's like a massive blanket around her. Do you have any idea to how to bring a spirit to rest?
Nobody. There's nobody. Didn't mean it.
We know you didn't
Not
mean it.
any peaceful ways, unfortunately.
Oh god, she's gonna have to fight her granny. Fuck.
Oh boy, alright.
This, kids, is what we call hands-on therapy.
Exposure therapy.
Yeah. Exposure therapy, they just put a plate of like pork in front of me.
Ooh.
What kind of non-peaceful way are you suggesting?
Well, if the spirit does not want to go to rest, you'll have to force it to.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Like in...
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's a reference.
Go to
Yes,
sleep.
I understood that reference.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Aoife? Are you breathing normally again? Can you look at me?
No, it's...
Have you drank
Yeah.
water?
Yeah, I couldn't eat anything though. My tummy really hurts.
Fair. Probably should drink a little bit.
Drink some of the water.
We're gonna eat a lot in a bit, alright? Because you just vomited everything out. That needs to go back in.
Don't-
Something else.
No, don't, no,
You can take your time. You can take your time. We don't have to do this right now. I'm not gonna make this decision for you. It will clear up after a bit. Probably. Well, not, are we stuck to a time limit?
On.
Putting her grandma to sleep?
No, I think her spirit is in the woods.
Was
The
there a
Discord
question
just
asked
bugged out
back?
for me.
Okay, then. It's like, was there a question asked?
I think her spirit is in the woods, where you came from.
Probably where we all came from. Back north, right?
That's on the other side of the planet, and the boat, and it took us 2 weeks to go from Rizardo to the dwarf place.
The dwarf
Bless
place
her.
works. The dwarf place.
Dwarf
works.
place works.
You went to the Dwarven Isles, you know.
Yeah. Hey, this is my fault. I need to put it right. Okay.
Aoife,
Back home.
nothing
Excellent.
is your fault. Just so we have that clear. There was nothing you could do about that.
If I didn't do what I did when Granny died, none of this would be happening right now.
No. A lot of things wouldn't be happening right now, and I'm afraid that you wouldn't have been here if you didn't do that.
Still would have got out, I think. Just get really hungry sometimes. I didn't mean it. I know that I've eaten people before, but not people I know, and it's normally in filming, and then she starts panicking again.
Okay, alright. Above
As
table, real
happens,
quick,
Vass-
as Calvis is giving a hug. Is this based on the fact that dogs will eat their owners when they die
Yes,
in the locker room?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Is like, I don't know if this is okay information to tell Aoife or if that's rude.
That was not my idea, but that was
It was
Chloe's
mine.
invention.
Like, it's natural. It's natural. Don't even worry about it. Apparently,
It's-
you're a dog. We just found that out.
As Aoife starts to panic again, Vass brings you a cup of something warm. It's like a nice, warm cup of tea.
Hot chocolate.
I
He
don't
likes
think hot chocolate's the.
chocolate.
I don't think hot chocolate's good for when you've just thrown up. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. It's gonna be like more acid. It's just ugh.
Fair. It's just gonna be brown. It's gonna be worse.
Yeah. Trust me, I've been there. It's not nice.
Oh, gee.
Yeah. So yeah, Aoife takes the whatever it is. I don't think she cares at this point. She's just like, fucking hell! I've just committed a cannibalism on my granny. Shit.
I think as you take the tea, Aoife will find herself falling into a sleep.
Yeah, she
We're gonna
deserves
take
a fucking sleep after that. I'm telling you that
we're gonna
right
take
now.
a quick break right here.
Okay.
All right, everyone, welcome back from our break. We've just got a little bit left before we wrap up this sort of mini session for this week. So we left off, Aoife just passed the fuck out.
Good for her, honestly.
Good, she
If
needs
I had
it.
found out that I had eaten my grandma, my caretaker, I too would pass the fuck out. I
Sleep,
had a
just
panic
sleep
attack
away your,
right then and there.
just sleep away your problems.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Vass would probably take her off to the room she stayed in before, so she can just kind of sleep it all off. Assuming Kalvis is okay with that.
Aw, no burrito.
She could still be wrapped up in the jacket, yeah. but-
Okay.
She's in her sleep. She's not letting go of the jacket. It's too
Yeah.
soft.
Yeah, it is very so.
So yeah,
okay.
Kalvis, you're now. It's just you, Lananchi, and Vass in the tavern.
So, you guys do this often?
Do what exactly?
Uh,
Because Vass is here all the time. He literally never leaves.
no, I'm rather mean, perform strange rituals to communicate with the dead.
Oh, well, not necessarily with the dead, but, strange rituals are kind of my my
Oh.
bread and butter.
Just for future reference, what are the strange rituals that you know?
I'm
Death?
I'm the head of the witch coven, basically all of them. We'd be here for a long time if we were to make a list. I'm older than I look.
Are you able to locate people?
Depends on the person, depends on where they are, but typically yes. It's a little fuzzy when they're not on the same plane of existence.
Fair, understandable. What, above table, what is the name of the big bad evil guy again? that
King
possessed
York
Kevin?
fell?
Yeah, hi. Okay. So, I assume you've heard of King Yorkfell.
Yes, I'm intimately not intimately, but very
All
familiar
right.
with
Oh,
King Yorkfell.
all right. I'm not gonna dig into that. But do you know where he is? You do you, my friend.
Well, my intelligence tells me he has not left the capital in some time, but I could probably confirm that. Although I don't see the point. He hasn't left in decades.
But would you say that if this king were to be killed, that the entire war would stop?
Oh, well, I don't think there would be anyone who could really take his place. It's his individual might that really makes his empire such a force to be reckoned with.
Sounds fair.
But no
You know,
offense, I
Calvis.
don't think you're capable of it at the moment. Oh, sorry, what was
That's-
that?
No. That's good to know. I didn't think I was gonna be capable of, but thank you for the confirmation. But do you know, does the name Kaitris spark any recognition with you?
Oh, I may have known someone by that name once upon a time.
What do you know of this person? If I may ask, by the way. I'm sorry I'm being intrusive.
Oh, they were just someone I knew in my youth.
Your youth? Where did you spend your youth?
Oh, here and there. Did quite a bit of traveling. But now I have far too many children to take care of. It makes travel very difficult.
Right, fair. Out of curiosity, when was your youth?
A lady doesn't reveal her age.
Fair,
But let's
fair.
just say your father wasn't even a thought when I was still in my youth.
Huh? Bitch?
What? You know,
Wait.
it's like oh, before you'd even been like the idea of you existed. It's like before the idea of your father even existed. She
Oh, alright.
was a really fucking long time ago. Is the point?
I was like, does she know my father?
No.
Why only my father?
No, it's just a turn of phrase.
Oh, alright. Why not my mother? That's sexist. No, alright.
For
fair.
either of them, probably, unless your mom is one hell of a cougar.
Anyway. Do you know where Kaitris is right now?
Is there a specific Kaithris you're looking for?
Very white hair, kind of elvenish, tall.
Mm-hmm.
Is she standing right behind me, isn't she?
No. No, but I don't know, any sort of like titles or something that would helpfully narrow it down.
Oh, the Queen of the Winter Court.
Oh, that
Oh.
Kaithris. Yes.
Didn't know it was a common name.
She's a tricky one to build. It's not common, but you know, like there's more than one.
Oh, fair.
She's a tricky one to pin down.
Why? Isn't she walking on any plane?
Well, yes and no. It's complicated.
Sorry, I am not the most clever guy, but this means that you have to explain the thing that is complicated.
Beings like Kythris, or really any being of that sort of just like raw power, can just sort of be nowhere when they really want to, is the simplest way to explain it. You know, it's like the tangential, they're kind of wherever their power lies, but it can also physically be in a place. Why do you want to know where she is? I mean, she's not
Once in a
really
while,
one you want to go spying on.
I wouldn't say spying. I'm just curious. And she watches me all the time, probably.
Well,
so
I'm sure you could I'm sure you could just ask her.
she's intimidating sometimes, all right. So just.
As am I.
But
yet
yes,
you're
I probably
asking me
should.
many, many questions.
I know. I'm sorry. You're just shorter.
Yeah, that's true.
Kythris is very tall and intimidating.
No, yeah, Lanachi's very much just like average height.
Okay. Whew. But yes, thank you for telling me this. This is actually very interesting. You have a very interesting job, or is it your job, or is it more like a hobby?
I mean, I don't get paid a salary.
You should.
Oh, I suppose I'd have.
He gives her a gold coin.
Aoife has to pay Hexblood taxes now. Thanks, Calvis.
Oh yeah, I should start taxes. She should start levying taxes. That's a great idea. She's like I mean, she's like a pseudo monarch.
Boo, capitalism.
Lunchy?
Yeah, kind of. Like she's the
Oh,
like
damn.
the head honcho of all of the Hexbloods. She's like
Oh,
she's like the originator.
She's the OG.
too casual with her.
Yeah, no, sorry if that wasn't clear. She's like, yeah, like all of the Hexbloods are like hers. Every single one of them. Like Mae and now Aoife are like her like metaphorical children.
Okay. I like the idea that Calvis doesn't comprehend this and he just thinks that this is a common tavern goer.
No,
Alright, my friend.
Like,
Thank you
is,
very
like,
much.
super old, super powerful, and her and Vass are like besties. So
Alright, my friend. Thank you very much for helping me out here. I should probably indeed go talk to her. You're a very wise person. Thank you.
yeah, and speaking of, someone comes knocking at the door of the tavern, which you've never seen happen the whole time you've been here.
There's some. Alright. If they can't open the door themselves, I'm gonna try to open the door. Ah!
Oh my god! Boo! Yes! Stop that!
Alright, I'm coming. I'm on my way. And he opens the door.
Help is on the way, dear!
You open the door, and a huge flurry of snow billows in. And in comes Kythris, wearing... She's not dressed like the way she normally is. She's got like a big, fluffy, like long fur coat. Like, like bag draped over her arm, sunglasses on. Like, she looks like she's out for a day of shopping. Like, she looks like she just got done shopping at, like, Prada.
Chris, what are you doing?
Oh, thank
anyway,
you. Thank you, Calvin. From the
Kythris?
beginning, no one was going to open up for me. So, this is the tavern I've heard so much about. And that you've been hiding
I
from
look
me
at
in.
Vass real quick to see if he's cool with this.
He's just kind of like a little like wide-eyed, but trying to play it cool. Just like,
Okay, cool.
It's like, oh, you open the door, you let her in. Now she's here.
Sorry.
You know, it's nicer than I thought it would be. You can see why you spend so much time here. And she looks over at Lananchi and does kind of like an up and down, and they just like exchange a look with each other.
Oh, they're exes. Oh, they're divorced.
Oh no, I thought this is like a high school bully kind of scenario.
So this is where you spend all your time at Lananchi.
Calvis looks at Lananchi.
Lananchi just kind of just sips her wine, stares at Kyphris, not saying anything.
I am feeling a little bit of tension around here.
Tense? No, not at all. Now, Calvis, be a dear and get a drink for me from the nice bartender.
Sure.
Thank you.
And Calvis goes to the bar and he's like, I don't know either.
Yeah, Bass
Your
just kind of.
Highness.
Bass is just kind of like, he just kind of like gives you a look that's just like, dude, like, come on.
Kythris, what would you like?
Surprise me. Something strong. I've come such a long way. You have any idea how hard it was to find this place?
No, not really. We found it by accident.
Lucky you.
And he turns to Bass. And he's like, alright, just do the strongest thing you got on the rocks. Lots of ice. She loves ice. We all love ice over there.
Yes, I'm aware that he does. That he just straight, like, 80 proof vodka or something.
Gosh.
That's vodka down the hatch.
And Calvis will bring the vodka to, or whatever it is, to Kythris, like with a little bow.
She takes the glass and it just immediately like frosts up when her fingertips touch it. And she goes.
I would drink that.
This sounds good. It sounds good. Okay, chilled.
She goes and sits
Tasty.
not at the table that she's at, but like over at this table over here, closest to the door, and just like she like sits down, like kicks her feet up on the other chair, and it's just like very relaxed and casual in a way you've never seen her before.
Am I attracted to this? I'm not sure.
You're Calvis.
Yeah, I know. Calvis is confused.
Like she's got she's got like the skin tight icy blue dress, the Gucci heels, the Prada fur coat. Like she is in her like her finest. You know, she's got like her icy blue like pearls on and everything.
All right, so Calvis goes to sit, opposite her, I guess.
Mhm.
Like the exact opposite demeanor of hers. He's like
Just
sitting very straight and kind of uncomfortable, like unsure what to do. He's like, you look great today.
Oh, thank you. I just have to take a break and get away from it sometimes. I suppose there's not really much
Where
I
have you
can
been?
do until you and your little gang is ready to take back my castle for me.
Yes. Probably we're gonna be doing that very soon. I have to discuss it with the rest, but
yes, of course. No,
Yeah.
Please.
where have you been? If I may ask.
Oh, here, there.
Kythris,
Yes.
please.
I've just been.
I've known you longer than today, alright? You don't have to be this mysterious with me.
Let me have my presentation, Calvis. I've just.
I love her!
I've just been tending to some things, checking up on some of the others that serve me. None of them do as well as you. If I had 100 of you, Kalvis, I would have never lost my throne to begin with. But alas, good help is so hard to find these days.
Thank you very much. I'll take that compliment. What brings you here?
I just
didn't-
had this feeling I couldn't shake that I should check up on you, and it took me a while to find this place. That blasted door is so hard to track down. Oh, I've been all over the material plane trying to find it. It's exhausting.
Yeah. So, above table, it's been about 5 minutes since they had their talk.
5 minutes in the real world, the time is all. Well, time is all, timey-wimey in here and in the Feywild.
Yeah, fair. So, if we are going to the Feywild, and I genuinely cannot wait for us to go to the Feywild, what do we need to know?
Oh, well, there's quite the contingent of soldiers from both the summer court and from that bastard of a king over on this land there. So you'll have quite the fight, but I'm convinced if you manage to clear them all out of there, that I can hold it once it's cleared out of all the rabble. Oh, and you might run into someone you've been very eager to see.
I was expecting that.
Yes. Seems he's made quite a name for himself amongst our enemies.
I heard. Do you know... I've heard my father's name around. Do you know anything about my mother?
Not much, as far as I can tell. She just enjoys a comfortable life with all the grandeur your father's amassed. I couldn't really say where she stands one way or the other on all of it.
Alright. Well, she's not on the good side, that's clear.
No, otherwise I'm sure she would have slipped a dagger into the old man's throat in his sleep one of these days.
I think a lot of people would like to do that.
Yes.
So once you're
You've got
back on...
dibs, though, so wouldn't want to
Sorry?
take that away from. But you've got dibs on that, so I wouldn't want to take that away from you.
Appreciate that. So once you're back on the throne and it's yours again, what will you do?
I'll try to rally what's left of my armies that's scattered about and begin taking back what's mine.
What is yours?
Oh, my territory, my land in the Feywild, and probably a good chunk of what belongs to the Summer Court as recompense.
Court was part of the Summer Court. Not the Winter Court. The Summer Court was part of the Summer Court.
Yes,
Not the
but
Winter Court.
They took what was mine, and I feel like rather than turning our whole land into an icy wasteland, just take a good piece of it to remind them never to cross me again.
And a good piece, you mean like the size of a meadow, right?
Oh, just enough to pad the border. Keep them a little further away from
Right.
what was always mine.
Alright. As long as you don't hurt any innocent people, right?
There are no innocent people in this world, dear.
That
The
is-
sooner you realize that, the easier time you'll have. Oh, at least not adults. There's children and, puppies.
Oh, thank God, Caiatrice. I was already worried about that. Not the puppies. No, just kidding. I promised you that I would help you take back what was yours.
You promised
You
me
are
that you would
aware
help take
that-
revenge.
On my father,
Yes.
I would promise you to take back what was yours. And take revenge on my father.
And do your loyalties stop once you've accomplished that? Will you not continue to serve crown and country and all that? There'd be a place of honor for you amongst my court. If you were to continue to
Honestly,
serve.
it's a very long time away. Very far away.
Well,
I
don't
guess,
take too long deciding where your loyalties lie. With your own
Right now?
personal goals, or with mine.
I'm with you.
Good. Now, of course, we will see to your personal goals. It's the very least I can
Yeah,
do
of course.
for your loyalty. I just hope
appreciate
that,
that.
once we've squared all that away, I can continue to rely on you.
Yeah.
And your little and
So,
your
Caiatrice,
your
and
friends,
he's-
of course, will be rewarded as well. They'll have proven themselves invaluable if you manage to take back my castle.
As long as they keep their own will.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm a big, big supporter of free will.
And I'm just gonna spoil you in advance. The reward they want is probably money. Just saying.
Oh, it's money, power, whatever they want.
Alright.
I'll have plenty shortly.
And alright. And Calvis will copy her demeanor and will also just put his legs up on the table or whatever, what Caiatrice was doing. And it's like, so Caiatrice, tell me about yourself.
What's there to know?
I haven't really gotten the time to talk to you.
Well, what would you like to know, Calvin? Is this our first date?
No, it's not. I'm kind of seeing somebody, but it's,
Oh,
I'll take it as a compliment.
oh, and here I thought you were playing me along.
Sorry, but Caiatrice, oh my god!
Calvis, you were living the dream.
I didn't hear what you said, but what a character! No, Caiatrice, I'm flattered, but I'm just curious. Who were you before all this?
I was your queen.
Yeah, but you seemed a bit mystical at times. We never really saw you around. I don't know anything
Well,
about you.
I mean,
No one did.
in some ways, I'm more of an idea than I really am a being, as you'd understand it. Not to call you dumb, it's just you're quite intelligent.
I wasn't thinking that, Caiatrice, but thank you for specifying.
I am your queen. I am eternal. My power is tied to that of my realm, and to the wellness of my people. As they prosper, so do I.
Right. So, you know... Lananchi? I'm sorry.
We go back.
Ah. Alright.
Simpler
So you did have a
times.
youth?
In a way. In the same way that the world had a youth.
What?
Exes. They're definitely exes.
You can see like fireworks exploding in Calvis's brain. Nothing makes sense. Alright. Yeah, fantastic. So, you don't have a lot of human experiences, do you?
Well, I mean...
Not like that.
You know, I'm hardly human, so to speak, but I know what you're getting at. I just suppose, well... I guess there was a time where things weren't so cut and dry, where it came into kingdoms and borders and peoples and all of that.
He's gonna take Catrice's glass and take a swing. This is too much for him.
She'll take the glass back as you do that and just like down the whole thing and set it back in front of you. I just kind of slide it over to you, just like, be a dear and get me another.
Calvis just looks at her for a bit, just a blank stare, and then stands up and does it. Vas, help me out here. I am struggling.
Dude, I don't know. Like, she's like major bad news, dude. Like, what do you want me to do?
She's bad news. What do you know about her?
Well,
How do you know
not
she's
like
bad
not
news?
like evil bad news. Just like she's scary, man.
Yeah, she's freaking me out a little as well. She's never freaked me out like this. Can you get me another?
Oh yeah, sure, man. Like,
Make
of
me
course.
another one as well.
yeah, of course.
Well, you know what happens when you have to scare off when you have to deal with someone who scares you. You get someone who's scarier.
Eve, go back downstairs. I'm scared.
Okay.
I mean, well, as he's probably just. I mean, I think if I really had to, I could probably kick her out, but I don't think it would go well for anyone inside.
Get out! Are you crazy?
I don't.
No,
I
don't
wanna
poison her
piss-
either.
I
Don't
wanna
poison her
piss
either. Don't even
off.
think about it.
Oh God, no. No. It's not my vibe.
She's gonna leave eventually. She has business. She often
Yeah, I
has a
mean,
lot of
she
business to do.
She's not hurting anyone.
No. I don't know where she's looking like that though. I don't know if she has a lot of business to do. If she keeps staying around here for like more than 5 business days, you can kick her out.
I mean, listen. If she pays, paying customer's paying customer.
Calvis just looks around over his shoulder real quick to see what Catrice is doing.
She's kind of like, yoo-hoo.
Who is this?
This is Kyther's on her day off.
Alright, and he will return with the drinks. Kyther's, I think this was a very lovely talk. I would say that I've learned so much more about you now, but I really haven't
Or maybe you're just not asking the right questions. But I'm
Alright,
always
what questions
just
should
a
I
pal-
ask?
That's not for me to tell you.
No, but I'm curious. We're drinking, we're sitting here. Come on.
Yeah, we're having a good time.
Yeah. So, do you have parents?
Well, I guess technically, yes.
Are they gods?
Gods is a term that's really only apt to describe beings of the material plane.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, but my screen just turned off. Chloe knows all about this. So I'm talking to
Yes.
nothing.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're still here for us.
It's the display cable for them.
Ah.
Yeah. And it's
It's
gonna
very
be in
finicky.
exactly the right position.
Yeah, you just
No,
gotta,
you're fine.
gotta
You're
like
good.
There we go, there we go, there we go. I shouldn't move. Sorry, can you repeat your last sentence? My apologies.
God, I don't remember what I said.
The parents, the gods.
Oh yeah. Well, gods is really something that's only apt to describe beings from the material plane. They sort of created all of that. The Feywild has sort of always been around, yet came into being at the same time as everything else.
Hmm.
It almost runs on a loop rather than a straight line.
So you are queen of the winter court.
Yes.
But there are whispers, of course, that you're like this godlike creature.
Well, it's
some-
the same thing in the Feywild. I am rivaled by only one being when the status quo is kept to as it should be in the Feywild. It's only thanks to outside interference that dynamic has shifted.
Yeah, but being a queen is a status.
Here in
What are
as
you
far
the
as
god
know,
of?
I'm not a god. Well, if I were to be the god of anything, I would be the god of my people. Of air and darkness and cold and frost and all things that are not what the summer court is. I am to the winter court as their queen is to the summer court, as we are opposites to each other. We exist to maintain the balance
She.
that she has
queen of the
upset.
sun.
Oh, she's my sister. Or at least that's the most apt word to describe us.
And she's on the Ingunite side, I assume?
As best I can understand it.
Yeah. Well, kind of know all about that. Except, probably you have a very different relationship with each other. Sorry.
Well, in the past, we've never really been enemies. We've just been opposites. It's only in this recent time that we've truly warred against each other. We push and we pull, and sometimes one of us gains a slight edge on the other. But over time, things eventually return to as they were and as they should be. She has upset that balance, and I fear it can never return to as it was. I cannot trust her to maintain that balance any longer.
Family issues. Great, fantastic in war. It's I know, I feel you. She won't like it, will she, when you take a piece of her land?
No, she won't, but I stopped caring about what she likes since she took mine from me. I have half a mind to destroy her for good and take all of the Feywild for myself. Then I'd never have to worry about losing what's mine again. I'd truly be
See
a
what you mean.
god that way.
As much as I understand you, as much as your sister has wronged me as well as the entire Winter Court, I do think we shouldn't sink down to her level, should we? Prove that we're better.
We prove that we're better
Or other ways to
by
do that.
being stronger. That is all that matters in this world. But I consider this only
I've
for the good
noticed.
of my people, so that they'll never have to suffer at the hands of outsiders like they have now. You know firsthand what our people have been through. Would it not be just to ensure that no one has to suffer that again?
I hate that I agree with you.
It's in your nature.
But that, it is... I don't know if it's in my nature,
Oh,
or
not
if
in
it
a
has been created
subservient kind of
inside
way.
of me.
It's just... You are as much a part of me as I am a part of you. You are linked to me in the same way that all my people are linked to me. And rest assured, I would not enact the same sort of judgment upon those who would stand aside. They could either join and become my people, or simply cease to be. I find that far more merciful than turning them into play toys, like my sister and the Ingwanites have done to you, and so many others.
There is nothing I hate and despise more than the Ingunites. The people that did this. But if we
And
do that, we will be just as terrible.
no, because we won't torture, we won't play with our food. We'll simply eat it. And think of the eternal winter in our home. The revelry, the peace, the justice for all those poor, tortured souls. Sorry, that didn't come through.
Oh, sorry, of what is left. I don't know how many people are left from the Winter Court.
More than
I
you
don't know where
think.
they are.
Scattered. The
I
day of
promise
reckoning will
to...
come.
I promise to help you take back the Winter Court. I promise to take revenge on my father. Whatever comes next.
We can discuss when it comes to that. Is that fair?
Sounds fair.
Good.
And Kalvis stands up.
Well, I really must be off. It's so good chatting with you, Kalvis. So good to see you again, Lenanshi. And what was the nice bartender's name?
Jason.
Hello.
Don't be shy. And Vass kind of like tries to look like tough. It's just like you may call me Vass, and let me get the door for you. Oh, you're too kind. I really will have to come see this place again. The hospitality here is just, like nothing on this world. And with that, she sees herself off.
I imagine Vass just slamming the door behind her.
It's more of just like he just like shuts it normally and then just kind of like leans against it and slides down.
Honestly, Kalvis is gonna sit next to him. He doesn't know what the fuck that was.
And I
am so sorry. I don't know.
I think that's where we're gonna end it for this week.
Aoife comes back down the stairs. What the fuck happened when I was out?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where we're gonna end
anyway.
it for this week.
Alex, very much thank you for whatever this session was.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you.
Elliot.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was.
Elliot,
It
Chloe,
was.
This was a blast. So I'm really happy we were able to have this little mini session.
Yeah. Jeez Louise, Aoife's gonna be so traumatized next time. Right. If you'd like to join us next week, we should be streaming from around 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. UK time at twitch.tv/powerwordquest. Or you can find all our previous episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/powerwordquest.
And we also have the campaign as an audio-only podcast. You can find us on Spotify and Google Play.
All right, that's it from us for this week. We will see you in the next one.